Alright, it's time to go get stabbed by a doctor and watch him suck out my life-sustaining fluids, eh? Or at least, that's one way you could think about it. Hey everyone, it's Sky from Arthritis Athlete here, and today, I'm getting a blood test. It's not something I'm necessarily super excited about, but I figured it would make a good video, and I was also curious. I've really never got a routine blood panel done before, so hey, I'm taking you along with me. Now, I don't necessarily love needles being inserted into various parts of my body. I'm definitely not eager, but I'm sure it won't be too bad. I'm kind of just tough it out, you know? Anyway, whenever we're done, I'll come right back and we'll go through the results together and see how deficient a vegan really is, eh?
1 hour later.
Oh my goodness. I just got here and it says medical center, but this just looks like somebody's house. What the heck? I mean, it says this dude's an MD. I'm gonna trust it. My parents referred me to this place, so... oh my gosh. We'll see how this goes. This is sketchy as heck.
8 hours later.
Whew, okay, I did it. I'm done. I felt slightly lightheaded while they were doing it, but nothing bad. Also, I gotta say that it is not nearly as sketchy looking on the inside. It's actually super nice. It looks like a regular medical clinic that you might go to, but on the outside it just looks like some person's shed. That's really interesting. Anyway, they said they'd get the results back to me in about a day or so, so whenever I get them, we'll do a little review of it. But now that I think about it, waiting a whole day to get my results doesn't sound all that fun to watch. So, with my magical time traveling powers, we can just do this.
3 days later.
We can just do this. Whew, gosh, that is so weird feeling. Whew, gets me every time. Anyway, it's really convenient that we're able to do that because while it did only take them about 24 hours to call me with the results, to mail them it took them more like a week. But we're here. We got it. So let's just jump right into it. Let's see how weak and deficient I am in all these nutrients, right? I'm not going to go through everything because otherwise we'd be here all day. There's like 40 different things on this list. But I'm going to cover the most important ones, especially the ones that vegans get a lot of questions about. Starting off with, where'd you get your protein? Aren't you going to be protein deficient, man? You're not eating meat. You're going to die! Well, no, not really. So the reference range for total protein is anywhere between 6.4 and 8.2, and looks like I'm right in the middle. I'm at 7.2. Another measure of free blood protein, something called serum albumin, the reference range is between 3.4 and 5, and again, I'm right at 4. And here's another thing I should point out. You don't always want to be shooting for the very tippy top of these reference ranges. In blood test results, more isn't always better. And this is really consistent with research. As long as you're eating enough calories, it's almost impossible to eat a protein-deficient diet. In fact, there was one study that actually showed vegans have higher levels of free blood protein than meat eaters. Crazy, right? Contrary to what you might have been taught, all plants have all 9 essential amino acids. Don't believe me? Plug it into any nutrition calculator. There you go. You're welcome. Alright, moving on. Next we got calcium. I must not have enough calcium because, hey, I'm not drinking milk, right? Well, the reference range for calcium is between 8.5 and 10.1, and I'm right at 8.8. Definitely not even close to deficient. Another thing it's worth pointing out, on blood test results, just because one result is a little bit below a reference range, if it so happens to be, that doesn't automatically make you deficient. Deficiency is something that develops over a long period of time, and whenever you've sustained it for a long period of time. Anyway, but yeah, my bones are just fine. They're not brittle. I do a lot of athletic things and they hold up just fine. Haven't broken a bone. Alright, now let's jump into another hot topic, which is cholesterol, which is your main risk factor for heart disease. And it's important to keep in mind that I actually have a family history of high cholesterol and heart disease. So with that in mind, let's see how terrible my results are. No, they're actually really good. My LDL is actually 82 milligrams per deciliter, which is really good considering my family history of high cholesterol. A little bit higher than the average of populations that historically have no heart disease virtually, but you know, given my family history, I think 82 is fan-freaking-tastic. Anyway, my HDL, which is your quote-unquote good cholesterol, by the way, I don't think I said this, but the LDL is the quote-unquote bad cholesterol. Anyway, the HDL is at 40 and my triglycerides at 42. And both of these are totally in the normal ranges, no problem. And you know, funny story, right before I got my blood drawn, I was actually talking with the doctor while he was doing his basic examination stuff on me, and he was saying, well, you know, you got a family history of high cholesterol, so that might be something I'm worried about. And I was just like, in my head, bet. Anyway, yeah, my cholesterol's just fine. No problems. Alright, now moving on. It's time to get serious now. It's time to find out what this vegan is really deficient in. I have iron deficiency anemia! Are you still here? No, actually, I'm just playing with you guys. I'm not deficient. I'm just slightly below the reference range. The reference range is between 14 and 18, and I'm at 13.3. And you know, whenever the doctor called me, he actually commented on this. He said, yeah, everything on your blood results is perfect, except your iron is just a tiny bit low. You might consider just eating a little bit more iron-rich foods from time to time. That's it. I'm not deficient. But that said, it does give me a little bit of insight into what my blood is looking like. That way I can kind of adjust my eating just ever so slightly to compensate for it. I've never really thought about trying to get enough iron before, but now this kind of gives me a little idea to say, hey, just be a little more intentional about getting enough iron. You know, do something like 1 extra serving of legumes a day. You know, I already probably don't eat enough legumes, so, you know, just sneak them in anything. A salad, a soup, whatever. Also, fun fact for you guys, we can use this as a learning experience. If you consume vitamin C at the same time you consume iron, it actually boosts your absorption of that iron. So that's going to be something I'm going to think about a little bit too. Again, all that said, I'm not deficient, I'm not dying, I don't have any symptoms, I feel great. I feel better than ever, actually. But hey, doesn't it make for a good thumbnail to say, oh, weak deficient vegan finds out he has iron deficiency? I don't know what that was. Sorry. Anyway, that about wraps things up. Everything else on my blood test was totally normal, and there's a lot of different things on here, like 40 or 50. So anyway, I just talked about the most common things that vegans always get questions about. The only thing I didn't get tested that I really would have liked to get tested was B12, but I don't think our insurance covered that, so I just didn't worry about it. I didn't want to have to pay extra or anything. Anyway, but I almost guarantee you my B12 levels are fine because I take a supplement 2 to 3 times a week. Just a little sublingual spray. It's the easiest thing in the world. It's the cheapest, easiest, and most reliable way to get B12 on the planet. And in fact, vegans do not have higher levels of B12 deficiency as long as they're supplementing, and there's actually good evidence to show that actually everybody should probably be supplementing a B12. Probably a good idea. Anyway, that about wraps things up for this video. Hey, send this to a friend if you feel so inclined. Show them that it's not hard to get all the nutrients on a vegan diet. Show them how easy it is. And show them how even if you've had a past medical condition, something like as serious as autoimmune arthritis of the spine, that you can still be happy, healthy, and thriving on a whole food, plant-based diet. Alright, well if you got any value out of this video, please consider adding value back to my channel by liking, commenting, and hitting that subscribe button, as well as the bell icon next to it. That really helps my channel out a lot. Okay, and with that, I'll see you guys very soon, and God bless.